study in China, and I hope you go with me. How many of us would like to go with me? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. May your wishes come true. Right. I'll not take much of the time. We have Sino-Africa Union Education Institute. They are here to give us a beautiful scholarship package. Very beautiful one and very flexible. Open to everyone. You have the chance to go to China. Come next year to pursue your career. And God be so good today. I can see some beautiful careers around. Then they take it from there with a round of applause.
Hello everyone. A very good afternoon to us all. This afternoon, we wouldn't like to waste much of your time. So we are Sino-Africa Union Education Institute, okay? And what we do is to bridge the academic gap between Chinese schools and African schools. So basically, our main aim is to promote cross-cultural academic development. So what we do in the layman terms is to bring Chinese students to study in Africa and Africans to study in China. That is our main job, okay? So this morning I'm here to introduce our institute to you and then the scholarship packages we have. So over the years, Sino-Africa Union Education Institute, we have our presence in two countries. We are in China in a city called Beijing, and then in Ghana we are in Accra. And then in Ghana, we have partnership with the Ministry of Education, the GES, most prominent senior high schools like yourself, the prominent public universities, and all other prominent institutions that you can think of. And in China, we've been able to establish very good networks and partnership with over 30 top-tier universities in China. When we talk about the top 9 universities in China, the top 38 universities in China, and the top 100 universities globally. Okay, so this afternoon we are here to introduce to you 4 of them that have approached us with their scholarship packages. As the name goes, Sino-Africa. If it is 100%, we want Ghanaians to be about 80%. Do you understand? We want Ghanaians to be more this year. So we have 970 slots for scholarship, and we are preaching the good news to Ghanaians to, do well to apply. And once you apply, by September, you are flying to your school. Yeah, so basically, I'm sure by now most of us know some of the advantages of studying in China, right? Do we? No or yes? No. Yes. So basically, okay, one of the main reasons why we advise students to study in China, especially we will advise African or Ghanaian students to study in China, is the high level of technology. Right now, technology is leading the world. Hope we know that. Which one time, technology is leading the world. Right now, if you don't have a smartphone, then I don't know how you are living in this world. You understand? Right now, just phone calls cannot satisfy you, or can phone calls satisfy you? How can you live without TikTok? How can you live without Instagram? You understand? How can you live without all these apps? And to think of the fact that you have a smartphone and you don't even know how to use it. Do you understand? So without technology, you are going to lag behind. And out of the 64 technologies that are determining the future of the world right now, China is leading in 57 of them. Out of 64, China is leading in 57 of them. That is why having our headquarters in Ghana, we want our Ghanaians to go there and then tap into their, they are going to learn and come back and develop our country. You need to develop our country. Now, who are you leaving behind? Eh? We are there, so go and learn and come and apply whatever you've learned here, so that we'll also be living big. Okay. So when you study in China too, one of the advantages is that you'll be open to multinational companies. Okay, you wouldn't be limited that you want to study in China, so by force you have to come back now, search for employment and all of that. You wouldn't be limited. You'll be open to multinational companies to work for. Do you understand? You wouldn't be limited. Once you've crossed seas, you can live anywhere. Do you understand? You also have the opportunity to learn the Chinese language. Or you know, you will learn. Yes. You also have the opportunity to learn the Chinese language. So, as it stands now, we have lots of vast courses, various courses for you to choose from, okay? And today being your career day, I can see some engineers, some caterers, or is not a caterer, the lady that has that thing on the head. It's not a caterer. Chef, sorry. Yes. So I can see chefs, I can see doctors or less. Doctor. So I can see very interesting careers here today. So for the courses of the engineering, okay, we have both STEM and humanities, but most of the focus is on STEM since most of us here are into, So under the engineering courses, we have civil engineering, we have architecture, we have electrical engineering and automation, of which are all out for scholarship, okay? We have computer engineering, we have artificial intelligence, AI as a course. We have telecommunication, we have digital economy, there's intelligence medical engineering, there's international economics and trade, there's the opportunity to also enter into languages, that's the Chinese language and literature. Okay. And then there are lots of courses for you to choose from. We have geoengineering, mining, geophysical engineering, waterway, and all of that. And we also have applied mathematics, applied science, business, finance, marketing, human resource, clinical medicine, law, economics, development studies, and those who want to enter into full-time academia. We have education. Okay, so you can choose from them. So as I said earlier, we have 4 schools that have presented their scholarship packages to us. And they are Harvard Institute of Technology. It's located in a city called Heilongjiang. It's a province, rather. It's Harvard Institute of Technology, located in the Heilongjiang province in China. And then we have the Ocean University of China, that is located in Qingdao. And then we have Carbon Engineering University, and then we have the Northeast Forestry University. And all these 4 schools are together presenting 970 slots for scholarships. And we want Ghanaians to have most of it, okay? So please do well. So our scholarship packages comes in 3 forms. We have the CSC scholarship, CSC. The CSC is simply the Chinese Scholarship Council. CSC, Chinese Scholarship Council. And then we have the grade A scholarship and then the grade B scholarship. The CSC or the Chinese Scholarship Council comes straight from the Chinese government. Okay, that kind of scholarship comes straight from the Chinese government. And then we have the grade A and then the grade B scholarships that come straight from the individual institution. The actual school that you attend, the individual institution. Now, the government scholarship or the CSE scholarship is a full scholarship that covers your tuition, your apartment, and then your food stipend. The grade A scholarship is also a full scholarship that covers your tuition, apartment, and medicals. Okay, but your food is in your hand with a grade A scholarship. So let's get the difference. The government scholarship, it covers your tuition, apartment, food stipend. Okay. The grade A scholarship is also a full scholarship that covers your tuition, apartment, and medical insurance. You understand? So both are full scholarships. One covers food, one covers medical. Do we get the difference? Exactly. And then we have the grade B scholarship. That is a partial scholarship. So it differs mostly, the tuition differs from some of the schools. With a school like HIT, that is Harvard Institute of Technology, if you get the grade B or the partial scholarship, your tuition is going to be reduced by 3,000 RMB. The actual tuition is 26,000 RMB. So if you get the grade B scholarship, you are going to reduce your fees by 3,000 RMB, leaving you with 23,000 RMB. But your apartment is free, your medicals is free. When you get a school like Harvard Engineering University, your tuition is being slashed into two. So you pay half of the tuition, your apartment is free, your medical insurance is free. Do we get the distinction too? Do we understand? Alright, so these are the packages we have. It's in three forms, as I've already stated. We have the government scholarship, the grade A, and then the grade B. So the requirements for the scholarship for applying is that we actually do not wait for your WATI results. We deal with your transcripts covering Form 1 and Form 2. I'm sure by now all of us have made our case in Form 1 and Form 2, right? Exactly. So your transcripts covering Form 1 and then Form 2. Okay? Do we understand? And then a testimonial from the school that indicates that this particular person is a student of Bright Senior High, and then maybe was an excellent student or was an average student. Okay, that kind of testimonial from your school. And then, as I said earlier, we work with other African countries as well in the recruitment. So for this year, our major plan as Sino-Africa Union Education Institute is that we want Ghanaian students to be more. Okay, so in a case where maybe your transcript is at maybe a competitive assessment with someone in another African country, in our head, we want the Ghanaian to go. Okay, so we need to defend you. And how can we defend you aside academics? Do you understand? It could be that maybe this person, we can convince the school that this person, aside academics, is good in sports, is good in debates, is good in any other thing. Do you understand? That is why we also request for your CV. Do you get it? That's why we also request for your CV, so that we will be able to, defend you. Okay? Now, after that, we take your medical reports just to make sure that you do not have, any underlying condition. Do you understand? So we take your medical report, your police report, and then how can you travel without a passport? Okay. How can you travel without a passport? That is your only proof of a citizen as a Ghanaian. That is your proof of citizenship as a Ghanaian. Because also we need to prove that this person is Ghanaian. Okay? So we will need your passport as well. So I'm sure after here, you should call your parents that if you don't have one, anyhow they will get the passport for you. Tell them to get it because by September you'll be traveling, right? Exactly. So we'll need your passport as well, and then a passport picture with a white background for your application. So, and then, a little bird whispered to me that the students from Bright Senior High School, people don't like free things like that. Or I'm lying. I heard you people don't like free things. Yes. So the students that don't like free things, and you people don't want scholarship. You there, you want to go on free pay, you want to pay your own fees. You there, you want to be responsible. Okay. If you want to be responsible, we also have courses available for free pay. Okay. If you want to pay your own fees, there are courses available for free paying as well. So, and then with that, we are able to work closely with our partner universities to reduce the fees for you if you want to be responsible and pay your own fees. Okay, we will work with our partner universities to reduce the fees for you. You understand? And then let's take note that if you learn the Chinese language or any Chinese related course, okay, and then maybe at the beginning you're doing like that, you thought you can bear the responsibility yourself and pay your fees, but in the middle you realize that life is not really as you thought and you want to request for extra financial aid. Okay, if you are studying the Chinese language or any Chinese related course, the chances of you getting extra financial aid, either from the Chinese government or from the individual institution that you are in, is very high. You understand? That is not to say that by force, learn the Chinese language. Even though in your first year in China, you will be taught the basics of Chinese language because you will make friends, right? You will make friends, or you will not make friends, and you will marry some of them. Yes, so you will make friends, okay? You will make friends, and then in the course of your friendship, you need to be able to introduce your chi to them, and then you learn a bit of their native language, right? It will just boost up your relationship with them. So basically, that is it. And the one reason why we will always recommend studying in China is the cost of living. The cost of living in China is very, very, very flexible. Okay, it's very flexible to the extent that just $100 can take you for a whole month. Okay, it's very flexible to that extent that just $100 can take you for a whole month. And then it is evident in the fees. Most of the fee for the international students, it ranges from just $2,000 to $4,000. You will get people paying as high as £15,000 and the rest in the UK and in the US. I always say that one person studying in UK, if you add the fees, the accommodation, the food, it can take care of about 12 people in China. That is one main reason why I would recommend studying in China and getting in-depth knowledge and on technology especially, no matter your field of study. Do you understand? Right now, even if you're a fisherman and you don't know how to use modern technology, if you go and the boat in the sea or the river is not acting upright, will you come back? If you're a fisherman and you do not know how to use modern technologies to administer your career or whatever, how can you detect that, okay, at the sea rise of this level, I don't have to go to the sea, and maybe if the boat stands here, I have to go anti-clockwise. How would you know that? Do you understand? As a doctor, you are still collecting cards. If the patients come, you are now going to look for the folder. So it is basically you learning any area of study attach a bit of technology, okay? A bit, just a bit of it. And we'll also be going in depth with that, the computer sciences and then the artificial intelligence and all of that. And we have civil engineering. We have almost every engineering course you can think of. Okay, so that you'll be able to dive deeper. So basically, that is it. And then these are the procedures. So we have the hard copies of the scholarship forms with our assistant headmaster academics. So he will distribute it on class basis. Okay. So when you get the form, this is how the form looks like. So when you get the form, this is how the form looks like, and these are the scholarship packages. So this is one school, and then this is another school, and onto the bottom another school. So we have 4 schools in general, okay, presenting us with all those lots of scholarship. So when you get it, you go through it, select the course you want to study, select the school you want to attend, fill up the information on the form that will be attached to it. Okay, there will be a form attached to it that you fill your details. Now, the contact number shouldn't be your personal number. It should be from your parents or your guardian. Okay, a number for your parents or your guardian, because you are not going to travel by yourself. You are going to go at their permission, right? And we have beautiful ladies in the office that would call to do follow up for you, because you are in school, okay, and your parents are at home, so they'll be able to, interact with them to work on your behalf. This is the form that will be attached to it. So you write your name, your gender, your age, the contact number, that is for your parents or your guardian, your email, okay, your email, and then the university you want to attend, and then the course you want to study. Attached to it, at the last column, you just write anything you are good at. Maybe football, maybe you were perfect, maybe you are good at debates, maybe anything you are good at, okay? Because when you come to the office, we will still demand for your CV. Do you understand? So it will be introduced to you or distributed to you on class basis, and then you go through, and then you realize that at the last number of notes, that is note number 11, okay, we have the lines for the enquiries. So there's line 1, line 2, line 3. You pick up those lines, and then you reach out to us. Once you express your interest in studying in China, in any of our schools, okay, we will guide you to provide the necessary documents that you're supposed to provide, the transcripts, the testimonial, which is supposed to come from your school, okay, your CV, which is supposed to come from you, the individual, your medical reports, your police reports, your passports. Do you understand? So after that, then another little bit whispered to me that all the students from Bryce Senior High are very intelligent, right? So there will be a preliminary test. Don't worry, they're not going to tell you that X is at Kobori, that you go and find it and bring it. You're not going to do that test, okay? So don't worry, it's just a preliminary test. And most of the girls here are not looking at me, they're looking at my body, right? Or you're not looking at him. Exactly. So you'll get a chance to meet him one-on-one, okay? After this presentation, I'll do what to introduce us. You'll get a chance to meet him, and then we'll do the preliminary test. And I'll be very proud that by September, I'll be escorting students from Bryce Senior High to the airport, right? Exactly. So the entry time for the school is September this year. So you are not going next year, you are going this year. So if you apply right now, by the middle of this month, middle of March, We have 2 rounds of assessment. The first one is the middle of March. So by middle of March, you will get your answer, that the feedback that maybe you've been admitted to this school or this school or that school. If you don't hear your name in the middle of March, you still have the opportunity to wait until mid-May. So by May, the second round of assessment will be through, and then your name will pop up. Once your name pops up, that will mean you preparing to go to school on in September, right? That doesn't mean that you should throw away your WASI. You should still focus on your WASI, because when it comes to your ticketing and all of that, your parents will take care of that for you, right? So you will be in school, focus on your WASI. Your parents will be out there doing all your flight stuff for you, and then once you finish with your WASI in September, you are flying. Is that okay? Alright. So basically, this is the end of the presentation, and the floor is open for questions and answers. If you have any question, come forth, please. My engineer. Oh, you're not an engineer. Architect. Oh, sorry, ma'am. My question is, can you apply for more than one? Yes, you can. Okay. There's architecture too. Okay. That is all the courses I mentioned is 4 years, with the exception of architecture and the urban and rural planning. Those are 5-year courses.
What?
6 years. No, for China it's 5 years. Okay. And then while you are through, you can also decide to further with your master and PhD. Do you understand? We'll fix the scholarship packages for you too. Okay. Please, any other question? Any other? This side, are you part of us? Do you have any question? So right now, I assume you understand everything I said here. Alright, so I will end the presentation here. Thank you very much for your humble reception. Once again, this is Sino-Africa Union Education Institute. My name is Celine. These are my colleagues, Mr. Michael in the yellow shirts, the Chinese man, he's called Mr. Vincent Wang. Okay. He's our director. And then my colleague Doreen, and then Kofi. Yes, so thank you very much again. And we hope to see you at the airport in Accra.
I would like to ask you, can students who have completed the school also apply? With the WASI results, can they also apply?
So with the WASI results, we take a transcript because of the time difference between Ghana and China. Okay, so mostly the room for the room for entry or the month for entry is September. And September is when you are completing your WASI. Your results are not even in yet. You understand? So if you wait for the WASI, that will mean you applying next year. But for those who want to go to school this year, okay, we take your transcript. But in a case where your transcript is not speaking for you, if I say speaking for you, do you understand? Yes, we have our patients to the top of the roof to wait for you to better your WASI.
Bright SHS TV, your educational channel.